Damn.
Would you wait for the camera to roll?
Damn, you're making me angry.
Are we on? Do you want me to do this? Yes?
Slap it.
Woo! Are we going?
Yep.
Slappy. Hi, I'm Doug Stanhope, and on today's podcast, we have Margo Wollenberg. Margo, who sold me the house, this very house at 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona. We'll cover that a little bit. And the first time, Margo, and thank you for all the Patreon people and Reddit, I've grown to love, that where are they now? And a lot of people, hey, where's Margo? She's been on the podcast a couple times.
What is she, 85?
She'll be 85 in April if she makes it, because it's only March 25th, my birthday. Well, do I celebrate my birthday? No, but I said I can use that as an excuse because I don't want to bother an 85-year-old woman to get her 6'1" frame out of bed and hauled over here and day drink, early day drink, because she goes to bed early, but she's a fucking monster. And you've asked for her to be back. The first time Margo was on the podcast, we picked her up at her house, and she was dolled up with lipstick and makeup, and she said, all right. And you'll see how she talks if you haven't heard the other podcast. She goes, so am I actually getting into a pod? No, it's just kind of like, it's like radio used to be. All right, but I don't have to. No, it's just going to be audio. They're not going to see your face. And then she's like, wiping off her lipstick. She is one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She's a fucking legend. And you'll see if you haven't heard the old. We should package when we have, okay, why can't we do that? Like, hey, is there a Margo package and do 3 Margo podcasts in a row? Maybe you, the listener, can do this. Do something, for Christ's sakes. It's my birthday. Don't make me think. Fuck you. Let me ask you a question. Fuck you.
You're listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
Something like that,
Yeah, you showed up at that show like you had a chip on your shoulder and something to prove. Like, I'm not dead yet.
Well, it is something to prove.
I would stop by your house all the time and just like see if there's any
signs of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I had that with another Western Airlines. You used to be a flight attendant, right?
I wanted to be, but I was too tall.
Okay, but you worked for Western Airlines?
Yes, I did. I was in reservations, but I couldn't. I really wanted to be a stewardess, but in those days the height limit was I think 5'8".
And you're 6'1".
I was 6'1" then, so that didn't work.
How much have you lost? Do you because Fred always, Fred, he's I think 82.
Oh, Fred Miller?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
such a dear.
Yeah.
He's one of the few. He 86'd me from.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Call him up, get him over here. I want an apology.
So we go in after she'd been 86, and so we were going in to have dinner at the bar. And we walk.
Now this is Cafe Roca, which is our only.
Yes.
Well, now Copper Pig is pretty trendy and nice.
It's nice.
But this is Cafe Roca is several course meals. It's the only place.
Very she.
It's the nicest
Fred
restaurant.
Miller. When I moved here, and I only knew him as the bartender from Roca, everyone was like, that guy is such a fucking prick. Like everyone, he was.
He's a good bartender, though, man.
Best.
He made the best drinks.
He was the best.
I'm like, yeah.
I always called him a mixologist. He wasn't a bartender. He was a mixologist.
Absolutely. So he tells Margo, okay, you can stay, but you can only have 1.5 drinks. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And you had an old fashioned. And I had a lemon drop, and then after
Scotch old fashioned.
After you were done with your Scotch old fashioned,
and for her half drink, she had a double Scotch.
Right, because he made her a half drink. He let her. Now wait a minute. Tell us why you got 86th.
Oh, because I was sitting with Nicholas DeVore, and he despised Nicholas DeVore. You know, he's just a fabulous guy.
Is he still around?
No, he flew away.
Is that,
But was
is
he
that one of
causing
your
trouble?
old people euphemisms for when someone dies?
Yeah, I just say they flew away.
Yeah,
Isn't
he
that-
caught the last train to Sheffield.
the last train to
That's a
paradise,
euphemism,
man.
yeah.
Well, he was. Nick had invited me down there, and I just come walking in and sit at the table with Nicky.
Yeah.
And Fred comes up and says, "You're all 86th." What the fuck?
You didn't even do anything?
No,
You
I
have
just-
such great capacity to cause trouble.
I know. I just sat down. That was
Oh.
enough to get me in trouble.
Yeah, that's.
It was, but it's weird. I'm just remembering that now. Fred's here for almost every football Sunday, the sweetest guy in the world, and I'm just remembering no one. Oh, and 20 years ago when I moved here, he was like known to be just a take no shit.
Mr.
Yeah.
Grumpy ass, man. He was
I loved him to death from the moment I met him because he made an amazing lemon drop, and I'm like,
because he.
I like.
You're my guy.
I was it's whiskey sours with
Tell you-
proper egg whites.
proper, properly done,
That's why I fell in love with him.
perfect drink.
I mean, a Scotch old fashioned he made for me. It was just ideal.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, so that pre-mixed old fashioned. I shouldn't try to fob that off on you.
Oh, I bet he would love that, huh?
You know what? I all the times for years, Fred comes over for football. Not once has he ever made a cocktail for us. You'd think he'd go, oh,
Really?
let me, you know, kind of like I was trying to make some raspberry sauce for the cheesecake.
yeah.
And if you do it poorly enough and someone knows how
will
to do it,
step
they'll
in.
go,
Yeah.
let me.
Yeah,
He did
Let me
that.
help you. Let me help you with that. Yeah.
I had some Omaha steaks at Alex the Australian. He's like,
Yeah.
I'd heat up the pan a little bit more before you put it down, and I'd do this. And I finally go, you want to cook this, don't you? He goes, yes, yes, I do. Absolutely. You should brown it a little bit more before you turn it on. Go right
Go ahead,
ahead.
Alex. You
Hey,
take.
my hat matches your jacket.
Right, that's why I went and put this on to
Oh,
match your
thank
jacket.
you very much.
And he brought you an ashtray that matches your jacket. Is it
Yes.
your birthday? Is it your birthday?
Every
It's
day's
almost
her
your
birthday.
It's almost her birthday.
And you're 57 today.
Yeah.
Right? Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that's why I thought about having you and Fred over just to be the youngest guy at the table on where I feel really old, and then just have like 165 years of experience in two chairs on either side of me.
And you'd have the guy that 86'd with the woman who was 86.
Yeah.
And you could have a little, he could like
I
tell
won't
you.
be 86 for another year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's too bad. I have not been into Cafe Roca since he's left because I didn't feel there was anything but disappointment over the horizon. I can't imagine anyone being as good a bartender as Fred.
Now, Yoni was pretty good. He's not
He
Bernie.
is. Yoni. I
He's
love
good.
that name.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and you know what a Yoni is, and that's his real name.
No, I don't know what a yoni is.
It's a vagina.
Yeah.
And his name is Yoni, and Yoni means vagina.
In what
Mr.
language?
Pussy.
Is it Hindu or something like that? Or I
What,
don't know.
Yoni?
I don't know what language it is, but it means vagina.
Yeah.
So the first time he made a drink for me, I said, "You know what your name means, right?" And he goes, "I know what my name means." Okay.
He's
He said,
really
I
a
know
lovely-
I know what my name means, cunt. Well, hang on.
I was saying what my
Is there
name
a
means.
comma, or are you calling me? Are you saying yes? I know what it means. Cunt is what it means.
Yeah.
Or are you calling me? I don't. Ma'am, I'm gonna have you 86.
Yes.
He's a lovely man, and he's a great bartender.
He's a
really.
great bartender. Yeah. Really into it. He was doing all the craft cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
Everything was
He likes the
crafted,
style with the
built,
pouring
yes, and the interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Becker said, and I don't think he can really back it up at his bar, but he says if you can't, like, if the bartender isn't giving you a reason, like, you have to sell a product. Like, if you're gonna be just a boring bartender, I can drink at home for way cheaper.
Yeah.
You have to
Absolutely.
be, as
I'll
a
drink to
bartender,
An artist.
yeah, entertain me.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
You have to be an artist and a shrink an entertainer, and you have to make a damn good drink,
Right.
right? That was almost a poem, but no.
Drink a drink.
Yeah.
It's
It's so funny when I sold real estate, people would not come in the office because they felt once they came into the office, they had committed to me.
Oh, yeah.
But if I was tending bar, they'd come up and I'd find out everything I needed to find out from them to sell them a goddamn house or a piece
Yeah.
of land or whatever.
They just tell you everything.
But, you know, it's really
I
interesting.
bought my house through Margo. Mike Palmer, may he rest.
Oh, God.
He caught the airport shuttle to the B gates, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, and his brother, Patrick.
Well, I was filming a thing, and I had already come to Bisbee a 1,000 times, and I was in love with it. And so when we were filming this Travel Channel pilot, it was me hitchhiking, and then we interviewed the people who pick up hitchhikers. It's pretty simple. It never got picked up, but they said, well, you can do it wherever you want. So I said, how about we do the Benson to Tombstone as one leg, and then Tombstone to Bisbee. She gave me a reason to come here, and that's where I met Judge Harold Lee.
Oh, God.
He picked me up hitchhiking.
Oh,
That's
did
how I
he
met
really?
him.
Is
Yep.
that how you met?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and then of course we're broke for the day, and we're happy hour, and he says, well, come to the Copper Queen. I would meet my friend Mike Palmer, and I said, just in passing, I said, it's making small talk. I don't know any of the people at this table. And I said, yeah, I've been coming here for years. I always thought about moving here. And he goes, oh, if you're going to buy a place, you need to talk to Margo. There's only one person to talk. And dials her number and hands it to me. And I'm like, I was just making small talk.
Your
I don't-
fate
Hello?
was sealed.
And then she says, hello? Well, what price range are you looking in? And I threw out some kind of lowball number. I had no idea. And she goes, oh, the only thing I have is 212 Van Dyke that's in that price range. And like, shoe. And so the next morning,
We all have a Margo imitation.
the crew is sleeping. So I take the van and I go find this 212 Van Dyke Street. And I just looked through the windows and I took pictures through the windows. And we were getting, not evicted, but our lease was running out on my LA apartment and I didn't want to live there anymore. But my wife and I couldn't, not her, it was a different lady that didn't last. We couldn't decide on where we were going to move to. I wanted to move to Reno, but she didn't think that was funny, and I still think it's a funny place to live.
It had to be funny.
But yeah, so on the way back, I'm like, hey, I just found this place. Why don't we move to Bisbee? We had always kind of written it off because it's too far away from an airport, and I'm like, who gives a fuck if we drive an hour and 45 minutes to an airport? There's
Pleasant drive instead
Yeah.
of a horrible drive.
Yeah.
Right now.
35 minutes in LA to LAX is way longer than an hour and
It's not to
45.
go like LAX, man.
Oh, fuck LAX. I hate
So
it.
I never saw the inside of the place. I bought it through her on the telephone. My wife did come out and look at it, and she goes, "That's great." By that time, I was already kind of in a relationship with her. Yeah. So when I get here, when I get here, I believe it was the Copper Queen you were sitting at, and I go, oh, is that Margo, the lady I bought the house from? And I ran out and I bought a bottle of champagne in the card and I gave it to you. Thank you for my house. And you're like, what house? I bought 212 Van Dyke from you. She's like, oh, I don't know anything. Like, yeah, thank you very much. And you went back, you're playing fucking Ganip or some fucking
And drinking
card
tequila.
game.
Drinking tequila.
Oh, that's when we were.
Hot Licks. You used to be at Hot Licks playing something all the time. Canasta or some stupid
No, it
old
wasn't.
people
What the
game.
hell was it? You rolled dice and
Yeah.
I don't know.
You roll dice and it has cards?
I can't remember.
I don't know. Yeah, you had a crew. Hot Licks was, that's the first Super Bowl we were in town for. That was kind of a fun bar.
So when was that? What year was that?
Okay,
2005.
right? Yeah.
2005?
Yeah.
We're at
cool little bar.
19 years now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Well, I used to have, when you walked up the stairs to the Queen, there was a little office on the left, just a real tiny one. It's still there. And I had my office there. And there was this gal, this is serious, who was a housekeeper. She was fucking gorgeous. And she would sweep the stairs from the bottom up. And I get on. She's sweeping the stairs. Come on down, and they all come down.
There's many things funny about that.
Oh God! Sweeping from the
Oh,
bottom
they
up.
can come in. Who is it?
Remember him, Gary?
Yeah, just tell them to come in. You know Christine Levine, Mamu, comedian. She was you'll know her when you see her. Come on in.
Yeah, she was at the show.
Yeah, she was on the show.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello. This is Lauren and Margo, of course.
Hi,
you know.
Margo.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
What is your name?
Christine.
Christine.
Yes, hi.
She funny. She
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, thank you.
She's a comedian. She was on that show that you were at a month ago, but you don't remember.
Of course I don't. I have Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's right. You have dementia, which is
Yeah, dementia. I
First of
do.
all-
I'm so proud of myself.
yeah.
She's embracing her dementia.
But I mean, first of all, did you get diagnosed? Because I all the time have to fight with, okay, is it just because I'm a drunk generally that I don't remember things, or at what point would you notice dementia?
Well, my mother had it. It's a family tradition.
It's a tradition. So it's an honored tradition.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah.
But so did you notice something? Because you've been a booze bag your whole,
Oh,
the
yeah.
good parts of your
I've been a
life.
booze hound.
Yeah. So how do you notice, like, okay, what's different from? All right, is this just regular booze day, or maybe this is more than?
Because I can remember when I'm on booze,
All right.
but I couldn't with dementia.
I-
Lack of memory.
Is your long-term memory better than your short-term memory?
Yes.
Yeah, because you remember old stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the more
But
recent
you asked me what
things-
I ate yesterday, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's the problem. I have no idea what I ate yesterday.
What's the difference between what dementia and what we're doing? Like, we can't remember what we ate yesterday. either.
Yeah.
I gotta know this because I've been freaking out.
I think it progressively gets more,
like,
right?
do
I
you
mean,
just not remember whole days, or you go somewhere and you're like, how the fuck did I get here?
Yeah, that's the. If you is
Oh,
it
okay.
in the moment,
Yeah.
or like if you're at Safeway and you go, wait, I didn't remember going to Safeway. I'm in the produce. Is it like that?
you're probably in an early stage.
yeah.
Like it can get to that point, but depending on
Here's
depending
how
on
bad
the
it is.
individual,
I
yeah.
went to Christina, on Ocotillo Street. She does my hair.
Yeah.
Something about, where's Safeway? She said, oh, just turn left and you can't miss it. Well, I fucking turned right. And I drove around and I'm going, what the? I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I just love that you're still driving.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
well,
I'm sure a lot of people are really amused
Does
by
that
that.
make
I'll
a shtick
tell you,
come to
the only-
mind?
only,
Driving on dementia.
I limit myself from my home in Old Bisbee to Safeway. That's it. I will not drive any further. I
Well,
don't want to.
my dad, when he was getting close to, he had was blind in one eye and couldn't see out of the other. I think the song
Yeah,
says.
yeah, right.
And his doctor fudged his prescription because Russell, he just drive to church and back, right?
Yeah.
Which was basically from here to good to go.
Yeah.
But it was still a kind of a major intersection. He had to, and they just because he had the doctor for so many years, he's like, yeah, we'll just get you a provisional driver's license. So you can drive horrifically unable to drive to church and back.
church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah. It's so cute. It's cute.
Who do you trust?
Who do I trust?
Yeah, like now when you get to a place, because you've lived alone for as long as I've known you, up
I
the
trust
top of the
Tonette.
hill.
Yeah, Tonette.
Tonette. Totally.
She's her friend who she's a guardian angel.
All right.
She's
Good, because when you get to a place where, someone's going to have to look out for you. Yeah, that's I just put that up there. That's what you're talking into.
oh yeah, you took it off.
No, I trust her implicitly. And I trust you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why.
When we first
I
moved
don't know
here,
why you trust me.
there we go. When we first moved here in 2005, you were not at the same house. You You had just sold, this is fucking classic Margo, because she's a real estate magnate. She was the Donald Trump of the Bisbee.
Of Bisbee.
Of the aughts. And she had sold a house right there. It's 4th of July, so they have the coaster races, and she had sold a house, but on the a tacit agreement that I can still come here for the coaster races and have a party on 4th of July. Am I not?
Right. That's when I sold the house. They said, okay, is there anything you haven't told us about? And I go, well, yeah. I said, everybody comes here for the 4th of July coaster races because it's just such a great spot.
Yeah, it's a perfect front row, 50
They said,
yard
oh,
line.
okay.
There's
And
a little
God
turn
bless them,
there,
they
yeah.
just continued the tradition. They invited people over.
Oh, they've continued,
Yeah, they
okay.
continued
Yeah.
the tradition.
That orange house that's up has those stairs going up, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's my ex-wife Renee. When we moved here, we lasted, I think, 5 weeks, and then we broke up.
It's a long relationship.
She moved in literally.
How
the
did
next
you
day.
meet? How did you two meet?
We met. Bingo and I met.
Yeah, how'd you meet?
After a show, we hooked up. You know, like entertainers and an audience member might. But then we kept in vague touch over the couple of years, and then she came to this party we had in Death Valley, and I'm like, oh my God, that's I remember you, Bingaman. And then we just quickly fell in love, and then I left my wife and get together with her, and then didn't ask a lot of questions.
And that's why it's lasted so long. Yeah.
But you then, so that was your first legendary party. Then, I don't know, are you still doing Kentucky Derbies? Because that was...
Not anymore, boy. They were fabulous.
Oh,
Weren't
shit.
they? Gary Lee, my buddy from Tucson, the old cowboy.
Yeah.
He came down. His dad used to sell mint juleps at
At the Kentucky Derby?
At the Kentucky Derby. And he had a recipe, man. He'd come down there and we'd brew up the mint and just do all this stuff. It was just great. Gary Lee, what a character.
Juleps and hats.
Horses. But we just met someone that from Louisville. That was like, hey, come out and we'll bring you to whatever the track is where they have it. And I'm like, I would never want to go.
No, it's the Derby place, right?
Yeah, but I would rather go any day to your Kentucky Derby party with the cast of characters that you have in a small event.
Over
and
the
never
Derby
deal with,
itself.
and a bunch of douchebags you don't know. No, these I want to go to her.
Yeah, I'd have the newspaper. We'd all make betting.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Everybody clip out.
You'd pull a blind draw. Like,
Right,
I guess I
right.
get, you know.
It was really fun.
Well, betting makes it more interesting for sure.
No, that's
Yes,
pretty
it does.
much across the board.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I
That's
across
a great
the
time
board.
for me to mention DraftKings. We're sponsored by DraftKings. Hey, new customers can spend, if you spend $5, you can win up to $150 in free bonus bets. Go to DraftKings and use promo code Stanhope. Anyway,
you.
back to the discussion.
Yes, as we were saying about betting.
That's an actual
here.
sponsor, but they're not.
Yeah.
They didn't buy in for this week. But I checked them a bone on that one.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't have any friends older than you. You just said that in the kitchen.
Except
Gladys
Gladys.
Tisdale. She's
Gladys.
the only one.
Yeah. She's got a Gladys is a 90-year-old name, isn't it? Like
Yeah, no, it's
Amazing.
definitely an old
That
person.
woman is amazing.
Yeah.
She handles bookings for musicians all
She's
over.
still working.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. She's still working. She drives all
Let's
over.
get Gladys on the show. Look at me saying, I'm planning your show for you already.
Gladys is,
Yeah. Wow.
wow, really
I
impressive.
really don't want to be working when I'm 90.
I beg your pardon?
I really don't want to be working when I'm 90.
Wait, she's booking bands? Like
Yeah.
Glenn Miller? Or like, who is she booking?
Oh,
Steve Vai?
what's that Greek?
That old?
What's that Greek guy's name?
Her husband is a
Greek guy.
bass player.
He's a bass player.
Yanni,
Steve Vai.
Yeah,
They-
for Steve.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. But anyhow, she just amazes me, man.
Did you meet her through her work? Because I know you did Monterey Jazz Festival for years, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I handled all the transportation Monterey Jazz Festival years ago. I met every fucking top. I remember
Yeah.
calling up back in the day. I don't know how they do it now.
I
remember
blew
calling it-
Coltrane when he was barely had pubes.
I'm just realizing just how good your impression of Margo is.
Yeah.
You really nailed it.
I remember calling up Dizzy Gillespie, and you know, I had all the inside phone numbers for all these people, and I could hear them, you know, yeah, blah blah blah, and you could hear some shit going on in the back. I says, Dizzy, I said, I need the name of your band members, and he goes, you gotta be shitting me, baby.
What?
Isn't that funny?
It's the only name you needed.
Didn't you know Big Mama Thornton too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you knew her.
The friend,
yeah.
he had to introduce me. He says, Margaret, you got to meet Willie Mae Thornton because she's a big, tall woman too, you know.
Yeah.
So brings me up there and I meet her and she looks at me and she says, honey, you better get some meat on your bones or a big gust of wind's going to come and blow your skinny ass away. Yes, Willie Mae. That was something I was just so honored to meet her.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I think the advantage, if you were 90 and booking acts, you would just say, play the I'm 90,
I'm 90.
party.
I'm 90.
But oh, you don't have a weekend available? I'm 90. Oh, your spot opened up. Thank you so much. I have sciatica. Thank you very much. Yes, you just booked my nephew. He plays the Jew's harp.
So who came up with the idea? I love it, of these diagonal the frames or the...
It's a long story, but bingo accidentally.
Oh,
There's that thing that's on the kitchen.
Is it, if you
how-
can get the thing, then I can explain it. Yeah, go get the
That's
thing.
how it started.
Yeah, so,
It's like cartoons.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
cartoons.
but it was a complete accident, and then you go, you know what? Let's actually do that with she'll show you the thing.
I think some of the greatest inventions in history have been complete accidents.
Right.
Yeah.
From assets or...
That is
Accidents.
one of the
Accidents.
One of the things I learned from Brian Hennigan, my Scotsman. He would read Smart Fuck magazine, we'd call it. I remember we were on tour in the UK. He's a Scotsman, and he gets in the van and he's reading Intelligent Life magazine, and he'd always drop these. Do you know ants are aware of their own mortality? Yes. I go, and we get to a point where you go, oh, is that something you read in Smart Fuck magazine?
I like that stuff. I know, though. Ants are aware of their own mortality.
I forget where that was going now that this came
But
in.
that's
Okay,
crazy.
so when you go to the paint store, they give you a thing and you can put different colors to
yeah.
see. So Bingo put in the different, the orange, and then she tried to cut these to see what the trim would look like.
Right.
But she cut them all like fucked up because, and then when we saw them cut all fucked up, we go, let's actually make them all fucked up. And that was the whole
That's
house.
great. I really like it.
That's how it
Here, go
started.
show that to the camera.
Accidental brilliance.
It was totally an accident.
You've got 4 TV sets in here?
5.
5. One,
But
two,
yeah, you have dementia,
Oh,
so
there,
you
there.
can only count
Hold
to
the
so
one
many
on the
before
right
you.
side.
You get a pass.
Yeah. Well, again, this was all set up for football, and as the years went on, I realized I don't really like football, and it was all set up for that. So I want to put kind of a horseshoe bar of some kind in here that's smaller. We don't. I mean, those days, the parties were crazy. It's
Oh,
50
yeah.
people here, and now it's Fred and neighbor Dave, and Floyd, and his colostomy
My neighbor
bag.
Dave or your neighbor Dave?
My neighbor Dave. Wait, who's your neighbor Dave?
You got a neighbor, Dave.
I've got a neighbor Dave. He's a curmudgeon.
No.
He's a nice curmudgeon.
He is a lovely curmudgeon.
He's one of the best curmudgeons. I think if you're gonna have a curmudgeon as a neighbor, you might as well have Dave.
He was a gay interpreter.
Like China, right?
Yeah, and well, he was
gay
a...
interpreter in China.
When my friend says
China.
fabulous,
He
he
speaks
means
Chinese.
wonderful.
I'm serious. He speaks Chinese. The guy's something else.
Gay Chinese?
Yeah, I'm
Totally
sure.
gay Chinese.
Totally. What else would it be? He's gay.
The gayest Chinese.
Yeah,
I'm
he lost
I'm trying to do like if I.
main squeeze to. What is
I can't. I'm trying to do.
Mickey Rooney and
Ava
Breakfast
Gardner?
and Tiffany's.
Oh, I never saw it.
Famous for his totally stereotypical Chinese.
Gay Chinese.
Yeah, he had like
yeah.
and it was very
Racist.
Never get away with
Wicked
it
racist.
anymore.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
what I was trying to. I was gonna try to do what you couldn't get away with right now, and I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't do a Jake. Can you do gay Chinese scary Lucy?
No, do the joke first.
Oh wait, no,
good.
he works for networks. Don't get him canceled.
We were just talking about his boyfriend, some young guy.
Some young guy.
That's good.
Some young, oh, that's very Chinese.
That's network quality.
That's
That's
very
almost
Chinese.
child friendly.
That's my specialty.
Yeah.
Do you get away with a lot of shit that because because you're like 85?
Oh, sure.
Do you just like milk
Whatever the
the
fuck you want.
elderly card?
Most of the time, I don't even realize I'm getting away with it.
Oh, they don't call them chocolate covered people anymore. Sorry, Phil. I'm 85. I don't know any better.
Oh my god.
You didn't say anything that could get you canceled just now.
Oh, I can't get canceled because I don't have anything to take.
Yeah, there's nothing to take from me.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you have the only to be canceled. First of all, you have to care and
care.
go. Oh, what? But you have to be the
You have
type
to
to
do what I did
apologize.
with that guy where I'm like, no. Get your phone out of my face.
Yeah, it's not a real thing. Cancel culture. It's just not like people. It's kind of like firemen and cops want to tell you how dangerous their job is and how they risk their lives. Well, you don't really. Crab fishermen
Yes.
die a lot.
Sea,
Oh,
North.
man.
Circle K employees
there's
die.
Oh, yeah.
10 for every
Circle K
cop that
employees.
dies, 10 people at Circle K.
Oh, yeah.
So, but cops want to fucking make you believe that. And then that's the way comics go, oh, we're under duress and freedom of speech, and I'm a warrior. No, you're not. You can pretty much say whatever the fuck you want. All you're going to get is press.
You know what gets me
They're so vulnerable.
is that the Bisbee police couldn't pass a physical. Oh, man, they are so obese and so out of shape. And it's just like, come on, if you're going to be a cop, get in fucking shape or let someone else do it that is in shape. I mean, really.
Call the cops over for a welfare check. And let's get one of them on camera.
Muscles. Let's see if you got any. Yeah.
I honestly have had nothing but good experiences with Bisbee police
I have too. I've never had a problem with them.
and fire
And you can
because we had a fire. You had a fire.
yeah.
Wait, you had a
No, I know the firemen.
which house of yours? You just said you had one burned down.
Oh, no, that
back
was
in the
out
day?
in California.
Okay.
On Coyote Lake, just outside of Gilroy. I left my husband, and he figured if he burnt the house down, I'd come back to him because of a mutual problem. But what I discovered is that we had the cabin we lived in, and then we had a adjoining cabin for our guests, a guest cabin. And after it burnt down, I went over to the guest cabin. I looked, and he had kept this portrait of me, and he had moved it
That's how
into the guest cabin. And that's when I went,
you mother.
fucker. Yeah.
See, this would be if this was a 6-series, a limited series on Netflix. That would be the turn in episode 4.
Yeah.
Where they go, oh, and the picture was in the other cabin. Click next episode. Skip
That's when I
intro.
realized
And everybody goes,
I was just like,
livid.
I was just stunned.
Yeah.
I was stunned.
How many men have you driven to arson?
Or murder.
Oh, man.
You have to answer that.
Just the one
Really?
That's the right answer, Margo.
that I can remember.
That you can remember. That was a good answer.
See, Bingo's got the mental illness thing going where you go, if we had to have someone killed, well, you're going to have to take the fall because you go, I was off my meds. So
I
you,
don't remember anything.
yeah,
One
but
of my
now you with
ex-husbands,
dementia,
he
you
flipped
could
out
get,
and he was like,
Which
that
husband?
was David Walsh. He was a
Suzanne's
really
father?
brilliant.
Nah.
No, this is, no, but
Yikes.
he was, I think, a Navy SEAL, and he was really bright, but
Wait, hang on, this was a husband of yours?
Yeah.
And you think?
I've had two husbands. They were both,
Oh, only two. You kind of seem like
they're the
type
only
of
ones,
bad boy.
the only two stupid enough to propose to me, man.
They were manly men.
Yeah, they were both very manly men.
Yeah.
One was a Billy Mitchell bomber pilot in World War II.
Say that 5 times.
That's Stanislaw Miklos Karpinski, but he changed his name to Stan Karp when they came over from Poland or wherever the fuck they were from. But
What's the love of your life? The one that like when you finally
the
ever
love of my
die,
life,
Yeah.
my
but you
first
won't.
love, my first love.
Who's that?
You give
He
what's
died.
that name?
He was killed in a motorcycle accident on April 11th, 1957.
And you didn't marry him. He was
Well, no, because he died on me,
No, I'm saying he was your
motherfucker.
boyfriend, yeah.
Wow.
What
Yeah,
was his name?
Dexter Shields. That's a great name.
Here's
There's the Dexter. He was such a sweetheart. Yeah, I lived.
there?
I lived in the accident. I lived through the accident, and he died. He died in my arms.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was pretty nasty.
Oh wait, I think you did tell me the story.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to-
Yeah, no, I remember you told me this story the last time. It was now it seemed funnier at the time, the first time.
Yeah.
It's always funny when they die, you know.
Yeah, it's usually funnier
Yeah,
later.
yeah. He caught a
Not at the
connecting
moment.
flight through fucking Long Island.
Yeah, connecting flight.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a tough
He
one.
rented a motor scooter in Italy. It's a euphemism for you had to be here for the.
Yeah.
We used to ride with the Hells Angels.
You and Dexter?
Yeah. We weren't in the Hells Angels, but we rode with them.
Yeah.
And he was a quarter
He was
mile
in
racer.
charge of transportation
He
logistics.
did quarter mile racing.
Dizzy Gillespie goes,
And yeah.
He was the
I'll tell you my
tallest
band
man.
name. Fucking Hell's Angels.
He
Get on the back of the bike, bitch.
Because most of the races
Transferable
were
skills.
like jockeys, you know. Yeah, he was a good man.
Wait, he was a jockey? Did I just miss that? Because
No.
I want to visualize
The jockey
you and your
riding
boyfriend
Margo?
being a jockey riding Margo.
Well,
Yes.
actually, I had a lover, Mike.
The cowboy with the chaps.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
He had the best Wrangler butt. I'm telling you, man. It was just.
Everybody
one
likes
time-
that
Best Wrangler butt?
I was.
You
I
mean
was,
in the jeans, Wrangler jeans butt, or just
He was a Wrangler and he had a nice Wrangler butt.
Yeah. I was. Kathy Wirtz and I shared a place, and she'd been gone for the weekend, so Mike had come over. He's about 5'6" or something, you know. And so he's fixing me breakfast, and all he's wearing are his red chaps.
Swoon.
I hope he wasn't cooking bacon.
And
Or a sausage.
so Wirtz walks in. She walks in and sees him with the Wrangler butt hanging out of his chaps. And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, he can cook too."
Scandalous.
Isn't that a classic?
Yeah.
That is just such a classic. He can cook too.
Have you had any boyfriend in town that we would know, like for even a tryst?
No.
Like a Chris Dunwoody, I could imagine you accidentally fucking
Oh,
him
I
once.
love Chris Dunwoody. No, we're too good friends to do that.
Yeah, but I could see you getting drunk and taking advantage of him. I don't.
You can picture that. I can picture that too, but I never did.
She imagined.
He would never let us. Dunwoody is just such a beautiful name, And we generally nickname or call people by, everyone calls me Stanhope. No one ever calls me Doug. It's weird when they do.
Yeah, Stanhope.
And I would go, and he did not like Dunwoody.
No.
And I go, but it's such a great name. I want to say Dunwoody. When I see you, I can't wait to say your name. Dunwoody.
Yeah.
And I go, what if I call you Mr. Dunwoody? And he settled for that.
Oh, did he
Yes,
really?
if I say Mr. Dunwoody,
Oh,
I get to say
darn.
Dunwoody.
It almost sounds better with the
All right,
Mr. in front of it.
so
It
this
does
is one of
sound
our
better.
favorite. Well, he'll never see this. One of our favorite pranks. This is the early days of football, so Jimmy G was around a lot, and we had a small crew like we have now. And Chris Dunwoody had made an album. He was a single act that would play
Right, one-man band.
bars. Hey,
Right, yeah.
like Whiskey Girl, and they'll do the happy hour at the place and the thing, and so. But he put out an album, so we found the catchiest song on the album, and we all listened to it before football. He hasn't gotten into football yet, so we're all listening. Okay, we're memorizing the words, and when he gets here, we go. We had it set up so. Someone starts humming, and then someone else starts, and then it comes in the lyrics, and it's "Lady of the Island" or whatever.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And then we all start. It's kind of like that scene where they're whistling in the fucking the prison movie, World War II. What's that?
Bridge over the river Kwai?
Yes, that one. So, but we all like break into song.
Yeah,
and,
very good.
And Dunwoody's face is like, this is my song. You guys know
Oh,
my
I can see him doing
song.
that. I can see him doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's so funny. This is my song.
Lady of the Island. I almost remember the lyrics. That's gonna be a dozen years ago at least.
He was a mushroom collector too.
Mushroom collector?
Yeah, he went up. He went up north every year, and went in and collected shrooms.
What kind of shrooms?
The ones that you could resell.
Oh, like
He said, those
ones
legal
that you
shrooms.
resell?
the illegal shrooms, right? So the cow patty.
Oh,
shrooms, right?
because he would always tell us he was going to a prospect for gold.
He did that
Well, there you
too.
go.
All right.
Oh, he
He did that too.
Wow.
He never came back rich.
He's such a dear.
He is. Two
Just
times.
a lovely man.
Two times I fucked that guy where I felt bad for football. One time I was very drunk, and it's a night game, and the Patriots are playing the Broncos, and they're losing by 24 points in the third
Patriots
quarter.
are?
The Patriots are losing. And I remember even Steve Drew was here as a Patriots fan, and I go, they're going to come back and win this game. $5, anyone. It's the dumbest bet in the world, and no one would take it. But Chris Dunwoody hears $5, and he goes,
Mr.
oh, that's my
Dunwoody.
rent. Mr. Dunwoody.
Oh, bless his heart.
And he goes,
That's
oh,
like
I'll take it. The Patriots come back and win in the greatest comeback until the Super Bowl against Atlanta. They're down 25 points in the third quarter. I'm at the bar. Mr. Dunwoody's over here. I go, hey, Chris, want a double or nothing on that $5 bill? And he goes, and the Patriots came back and won the biggest comeback in fucking Super Bowl history. And I go, I hate to take your money, but I have to. And he autographed it. And
Don't you have that on your...
Oh, the $5
I
bill?
did have it on my bulletin board, and since the fire, I have not found all that.
Oh,
shit,
that's
so it's
sweet. He
somewhere.
autographed the $5 bill.
Yeah, and you could see him go, oh, that was my Cheeto money. Like I'm a man on a
He's
limited
such a
budget.
lovely
He
man.
is so sweet.
Yeah, and he's always got a great tan. Every time I see him now, he tells me what poor health he is in, and I go, yeah, but you look good, so fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is a handsome man.
I don't know him. Chris Dunwoody. Mr. Dunwoody.
Mr. Dunwoody, yeah. He's a long white hair, tall,
Yeah.
always
Slim.
tan.
Mr. Dunwoody.
He wears Hunter S. Thompson kind of yellow tinted
Oh,
specs.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Do you know Hunter S. Thompson visited Bisbee?
No, that doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
Did he really?
Yeah. Gary Spring, I think, brought him down here. They were from Colorado, and he was, and they were old Anyhow, I came down here and had quite a good time.
That's
Oddly
one
enough.
interesting human being right there. Hunter S. Thompson. So funny.
And to think that he committed suicide is just
He was fucking
beyond the
bored.
pale.
I think he owed it to the people.
I beg your pardon?
I think he owed it to the people.
Yeah, nothing like a great way out, huh?
First he shot his TV,
Yeah.
and then he shot himself.
Yeah, and
There was
his
a-
whole family was there. I always thought, like, there's no other way to tell your family, I hate your guts.
Then to
than
blow your
do
brains
it.
out in front
And
of
then,
him.
yeah, and just leave your shit there for, you know what I mean? And they were in the house, like
Yeah.
the kid was there and everything. And I just thought, wow, what did they do?
There was a big
That's really-
conspiracy theory
That
about
is rude.
Why are they mad?
That's
Yeah,
a little rude. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I just thought,
Well, when we were on tour of 2016, and Roseanne Barr came out and did a couple of our shows with us in Salt Lake and Colorado, and she had the greatest bit about. She was reading suicide letters that she wrote, where she is blaming all of her family. The only reason I'm dead is because you. I can't remember the actual jokes, but just the premise of, yes, I'm going to blame all of my kids.
brilliant, yeah.
And it was.
I never did care for her. I don't know why.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, I just never.
Was it she has that voice like this?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's probably the voice.
Maybe the voice.
And maybe that's it. I don't know. It
That
might be,
voice.
might be the verse.
Who did you like? Who was a Flip Wilson?
Here comes the
Lenny Bruce.
Here comes the
Lenny Bruce.
You understood anything that guy said?
He was a guest at my home in Monterey one time.
You fucked Lenny Bruce?
No, I didn't, but I thought about it.
See, that's the fucking ISO shot we need to fucking sell. I keep telling the guy, every time we do a podcast, just give me one chunk of something that I can put on social media to just, that's it. You fucked Lenny Bruce? No, but I thought about it. That's it.
That'd be great, yeah. Like a short interview. That's great.
That was really,
So how do you, give me the backstory. You were selling Dilaudid.
what's that?
That's the,
Like
he was
synthetic
addicted to,
heroin.
yeah, he was
What?
addicted to Dilaudid as well as.
Was he?
Yeah, that was his drug of choice, but heroin would suffice.
Yes.
God, you make that fucking cigarette look so good.
Stop it. Stop making it look so good. 14 months.
You saw,
I do that to my dogs when I'm eating like something really. They're staring at my drooling.
Those
you're
dogs.
still having, you're fucking, how many, well, you're working with half a lung, right? We'll get back to Lenny Bruce, but they cut out like a big chunk of your lung.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, did they give that to you to put under your pillow for the lung
Yeah, I
fairy?
did. That's what I did. I put it on
Got
my
a
pillows and made, wishes and
Got a
stuff.
Susan B. Anthony coin under
No,
there
she
when you
bought
woke up?
her a hat.
God, I love
wearing it.
Anthony Quinn.
Anthony
Quinn and
Manly
Robert.
man. She likes
Anthony
those manly
Quinn
men.
and Robert Mitchum
Oh yeah.
were my
Manly man.
two.
That's in your will, Al. You want to be spit roasted when you're dead. One in front, one in back, A-framing you, high-fiving over mouth and ass. I stole that A-framing.
God.
Brendan Walsh. But anyway, back to Lenny Bruce's. In your Monterey guest house?
How do you get there?
I was at a party or something, and I don't know, a bunch of us ended up just coming over to my house, and he came with us.
Did you know who he was? Was he famous then?
Yeah, well, I just liked him because he had really off-the-wall, snarly jokes, and I thought he was really cool. He would, one of his routines I really liked is somebody was saying some shit, and he grabbed a chair and held it up in front of him like,
A lion tamer.
yeah. And I thought that was just so smart. But
I listened to Lenny Bruce.
he was really bright.
I signed with one of my albums I did years ago, Deadbeat Hero, I think, was on the same label as they had just bought his entire collection. So they gave me the entire works of Lenny Bruce, which is a backpack full of Lenny. And I tried to listen to it, and it made no fucking sense.
Yeah, that's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
talking about, right?
Just the jazz parlance and I don't really know what you're saying. I know it's
My
cutting edge.
grandmother used to say that, squeeze the bottle.
That's right.
Grossmother. She wasn't even 5 foot tall.
Who's this?
My grandmother, grossmother.
Grossmother?
Grossmother.
Grossmother, yeah.
Grossmother.
Yeah, boy. See, they came over in the
I'll be
boat.
quick on this sofa.
I beg your pardon?
Don't get no jism on the sofa.
Wie viele Gläser? How many glasses?
Fick mich, du miserable Horensohn.
You call me a miserable Hornson?
Yeah.
The fucking
Fuck me,
fool.
you ugly son of a bitch. You ugly son of a... Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa told me all the German I ever needed to know.
There you go.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they were coming over, I guess, a boat from Germany or something. And her mother died on the ship. So grossmother at 12 or something ended up having to raise all of her siblings. And of course, she wasn't allowed to marry for years because she had to be grossmother. And
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea what you're talking about now.
This 5 foot tall, your grandmother?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And she married my grandfather ultimately, and he was 6'4".
That's where you get it from.
Yep. Yep.
You're not taking after grossmother.
No, definitely not. And you know, none of the family took after grossmother. My niece, you met her.
I did.
You
That
were
was
so-
beautiful.
You were so wonderful to her. I really appreciate it. You took
Well,
her.
I loved her. We had a good time.
She's a
That's our
dynamite.
grand.
She's a dynamite gal,
She
man.
was fun, and that was at the grand.
Yep.
I remember
She's
that.
she's 5'10". Yeah. And
A
my
little
sister's.
shorty. She's a little shorty in the family.
Yeah.
well,
How
no,
tall are you, Alex? 6'4". All right, 6'4".
wow.
So
I used to
Alex can give you a good Roger in for my birthday.
For his birthday,
I'll drink to that.
Alex is going to give you a good Roger.
Which, but it is today, so you've got to get on it.
I love you, little gal. You know that.
You can't do it
You were
tomorrow.
so great.
Ain't that tall laying down.
She was so beautiful, and we had a brilliant time. It was so fun.
Chanda. Her name is Chanda, and she's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah.
Very bright, has a real dry sense of humor.
Yes, she did. That
Oh,
came
thank
out
God you
first
said
day I
sense
met
of
her.
humor.
We took pictures. It was fun.
How did you
I
end
like
up
the
connecting
wet
with
sense
her
of
anyhow?
humor, you know? That sense of humor is
I think it
underrated.
happened immediately.
Don't you think?
Yeah, you guys were just like instant karma.
I know it was.
Yeah, like you'd known each other, like you'd been her grandfather or something. I mean, it was. I've met people like that. Like I've known them forever.
They're in your soul family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
soul
go.
Family. Goes
Is
way
that
back.
SOU
Goes all
or
the way
S-
back. Yeah.
SOL.
When did you think you were gonna die?
When did I think I was going to die?
Yeah, like because
The
I've been thinking like,
first time was in the motorcycle accident.
The first
Every-
oh, yeah,
11th,
okay,
yeah.
but like, what was an age that you thought was unreachable? Because you are reaching ages what everyone else thought was unreachable for you, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
And I've been thinking I'm gonna die since 33.
Yeah, I'm not living to 40. I'm
Right.
not living to 35.
There's a
I like
comic
the
named
number
Gary
69.
Wilson.
Well, of course you do.
Gary Wilson had a joke. He said, remember when you're 18 and you thought, I'm going to live forever. And then you hit 25 and you go, I'm going to be dead by the time I'm 30.
Yeah.
And then you hit 30 and you go, wow, I should have had sex with my aunt when I had the chance. Of course, now she's all icky.
Oh my God.
But I am like, I would remember neighbor Dave, our neighbor Dave. He's a rotund fella, and he just gets bigger as the years go by. And he would, when we first met him, he would live right next door to us at the time, and he was like our first friend that we met. They'd come over for happy hour beer, and he's just a regular Joe lunch bucket, delivers Frito-Lay chips, and gets up at 4 a.m. and works till 5 p.m. And he would talk about, yeah, when I retire, like when I hit 65, and I'm like, you really think you're gonna live to 65? Like, I never said it out loud, but like the hubris of you're like 350 pounds,
Get up
and
at 4 in the morning and eat potato chips for breakfast.
and you just sit and drive, and you're barely ambulatory. You got like sores on your legs. He's still alive. He's like 70 now, but he's not.
What's his last name?
Shock. You've met him, I'm sure.
It's shocking how long he's lived.
Yeah. And we've known him. He's been here every time you've been here. Probably he doesn't get out of his house much anymore. But the point is, like, he has like high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high in the sky apple pie hopes. But he's going to be dead any minute, is my point. And he doesn't. Now he's kind of aware of it. But back then I'm like, why would you even say, oh, one day when I turn this age and then I can go retire? And no, you're going to be dead. So you just keep fucking living. And our fans, as I said, you are in the top 3 of where are they now? Can't you get them back on the podcast? So thank you. I don't ever celebrate birthdays, but this time I go, if there's one thing I want, it's Margo back on the podcast, and I never want to ask because I didn't want to put you out ever. Oh. Thank you for being back. Where are they now? Still fucking kicking it. While you kids.
Cheers.
Here's a kicking ass, man.
Yeah. Cheers. I'm going in.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Here's the ass kickers in our lives.
I'm very happy. I think let's just fucking wrap this up and go eat that cheesecake.
Yeah.
That raspberry sauce. Yes.
Ooh.
Actually, we could just stop doing it, and then it's my birthday. They'll bring us cheesecake with raspberry sauce.
Wow.
And we don't have to do a thing, except Bingo, take us out live. Go right up to the camera.
No, I'm coming over.
Do it like this. Do it like this, and it gets speed up.
Hug.
Da 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 da.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
All right.
Thank you so much
This
for
is
coming
the
over.
best.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting
Can
me.
I show you what Gary made you know?
Yeah.
This is like a custom, bespoke thing to ruin the value of the.
Keep forging.
Sorry,